Do you remember those rare weeks when Konami actually decides to treat us well? Well, this is one of them. A huge W from Konami as they're dropping a bunch of legendary players this time. 8 of them, to be exact. Now listen, I don't know how lucky you are or how many of these you'll be able to sign. But if you even get a single chance, just one signing. I'm going to help you decide which legend is worth that precious contract. The full list includes Batistuta, Daniel Van Buyten, Hidetoshi Nakata, Massimo Otto, Michael Owen, Ludovic Giuli, Christian Abbiati, and Dennis Bergkamp. But hey, don't worry, I won't confuse you by praising every single one. Let's get real. Let's start filtering out the ones I wouldn't sign. First up, Massimo Otto. If you've already signed Belletti a few months ago like I did, then there's just no need to go for Otto. He's decent, but why stack your team with the same type of RBs? Next is Hidetoshi Nakata. Now, I know he has his fan base, and in real life, he was a baller. But in-game? He just doesn't feel impactful. Not worth the signing in my opinion. Alright, so we've cancelled out 2 already, down to 6. Let's talk about Ludovic Giuli. The man has great dribbling stats, sure, but he's a bit slow, and he plays as a roaming flank. I recently signed Gnabry, and both of them are right-footed right wingers, so again, feels like a waste of a signing slot. Christian Abbiati? Yeah, nah, I'm skipping him too. He's a decent keeper, but personally, I'm happy with my PS 21 Casillas, so if you're like me and already have a reliable GK, just ignore Abbiati. Now that's 4 players down, and we're left with 4. But wait, subscribe if you haven't already. We drop honest, no-nonsense eFootball videos here regularly, and your support helps keep this content going strong. Back to the list. We now have Gabriel Batistuta, Daniel Van Buyten, Michael Owen, Dennis Bergkamp. Now, I'm mainly focused on attack, so as good as Van Buyten might be, I'm putting him aside. No hate to centre-backs, but my defense is solid right now, and he's just not a priority. And then there were 3, Batistuta, Owen, and Bergkamp. Now, I know the hype around Batistuta is real. The stats are scary. Power, shooting, presence. But if I'm being completely honest, this card is giving me low-key clickbait vibes. He might get nerfed, and I just don't feel he fits into my current playstyle. I need a striker who gets involved in the build-up and not just waits for a through ball. If you signed Sneijder a few months ago, then sure. Pairing him with Batistuta or Owen could be deadly. They're a match made in eFootball heaven. But if you didn't get Sneijder, then honestly, Dennis Bergkamp could be your guy. He's more balanced, creative, and fits that false 9 support striker role beautifully. That's how I see it. No point signing Batistuta if you already have someone like 104 rated David Villa, unless you're playing a dual striker formation. But again, I'm not saying Batistuta is bad. He's terrifying on paper, and even Michael Owen is looking really solid. Me? I'll probably go for Dennis Bergkamp. He's a safe pick, fits my system, and gives me that playmaker vibe I love. That's it for today's video. If this helped you decide who to go for, or even who not to waste your contracts on, smash that like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already.